You can be hardworking, you can be loyal, you can be talented, and still be replaced tomorrow. That's the uncomfortable truth no one tells you about modern work. Because being good at your job doesn't make you irreplaceable. In fact, most replaceable people are the hardest workers in the room. And if that sentence made you uncomfortable, this video is for you. Today, we're breaking down the psychology of becoming irreplaceable, not through hustle, not through working longer hours, but by understanding how power, perception, and value actually work in the real world. The lie you were taught. From day one, you were told a simple story. Work hard, follow instructions, be reliable, stay humble, and eventually you'll become valuable. But here's what actually happens. You become useful, not irreplaceable. And usefulness is dangerous because useful people are exploited, not protected. The workplace doesn't reward effort, it rewards leverage. And leverage doesn't come from how much you do. It comes from how hard you are to substitute. Most people never learn this difference. They confuse busyness with importance, and that's why they panic the moment layoffs are mentioned. Why most people are easy to replace. Let's be honest, most roles today are designed to be replaceable. Your tasks are documented, your workflows are standardized, your output is measurable. That's not an accident, that's efficiency. But here's the problem. When your value is defined by tasks, you can always be swapped with someone cheaper. And the system knows this. That's why the most replaceable employees are often extremely hardworking, highly obedient, technically competent, quiet and dependable. They execute perfectly, but they don't shape anything. They don't influence direction. They don't own outcomes. They don't control knowledge. They follow the system, and systems replace followers. The real definition of irreplaceable. Irreplaceable doesn't mean being the best worker, being the nicest person, being loyal for years. Irreplaceable means if you disappear, something breaks. Not emotionally, operationally. Decisions slow down. Mistakes increase. Results drop. People feel it. And here's the key insight. You don't become irreplaceable by doing more. You become irreplaceable by doing what others can't easily replicate. That's where psychology comes in. Irreplaceable people control one of these 5 things. Every irreplaceable person controls at least one of these. 1. Context. They understand why things are done, not just how. They see the full picture. They connect departments. They anticipate consequences. When leadership asks, "Why did this fail?" they already know the answer. Context is power. 2. Institutional memory. They remember past mistakes, decisions, and patterns. They become the reference point. Ask them, they were here when this happened last time. History makes you valuable. 3. Relationships. They aren't just liked, they're trusted. People rely on them to translate ideas, calm conflicts, align teams. Replacing them would mean rebuilding trust from scratch, and trust is expensive. 4. Judgment. They make fewer mistakes because they think in second-order consequences. They don't just ask, "Can we do this?" They ask, "What happens after?" Good judgment is rare, and rare things are protected. 5. Ownership. They own outcomes, not tasks. If something fails, they don't hide, they fix it. Leadership remembers people who carry responsibility. Why hard work alone fails. Here's a brutal paradox. The harder you work without leverage, the more replaceable you become. because you train the system to depend on your labor, not your thinking. You become a machine, and machines get upgraded. Irreplaceable people don't just execute, they decide. They shape priorities. They reduce uncertainty. They simplify complexity. That's why they're protected during layoffs. How to actually become irreplaceable. Now, let's get practical. Step 1. Stop being just reliable. Reliability is baseline. Everyone is expected to deliver. What makes you stand out is interpretation. Instead of asking, "What do you want me to do?" ask, "What problem are we trying to solve?" That shift alone changes how people see you. Step 2. Build scarcity around your knowledge. Don't hoard information, but specialize your understanding. Know how systems interact. Know where things break. Know what metrics actually matter. People don't replace what they don't fully understand. Step 3. Become the translator. Most workplaces fail because people don't understand each other. Be the person who translates strategy into action, explains complexity simply, aligns teams without authority. This is invisible power. Step 4. Attach your name to outcomes. Quiet excellence is forgotten. You don't need to brag, but you must document. Send updates, summarize wins, frame results. If your name isn't connected to impact, someone else will claim it. Step 5. Reduce dependency on your labor. Increase dependency on your thinking. The moment people say, "We need them to decide this," instead of "We need them to do this," you've crossed the line into irreplaceable territory. The mental shift that changes everything. Here's the deepest truth. Irreplaceable people stop asking, "How do I prove my value?" They start asking, "What would break if I wasn't here?" That question changes how you work, how you speak, how you prioritize. You stop chasing approval. You start building leverage. The final warning. Becoming irreplaceable doesn't mean becoming indispensable forever. It means staying one layer above replacement. The moment you stop evolving, you slide back. That's why irreplaceable people keep learning, keep observing power dynamics, keep upgrading their thinking. They don't cling to roles, they adapt. If this video made you uncomfortable, good. Discomfort is awareness waking up. If you've ever felt anxious about your job security, ignored despite hard work, or irreplaceable despite loyalty, this isn't your fault. You were taught the wrong rules. Subscribe. This channel exists to expose the real psychology of work, so you stop surviving and start understanding the system you're inside. And comment below, which part of this hit you the hardest?